All right, so I want to tell you a story. It's a tale of two completely different worlds. In one world, it's 3 in the morning, your code is on fire, and you are just drowning in error messages that make absolutely no sense. But in the other world, well, it's calm. Deployments are kind of boring, actually. Everything just works. Now, this isn't some developer fantasy. This is the story of Docker.
Okay, so picture this. It's late, let's say 11 p.m. You get that notification on your phone. The site is down. Ugh, your heart just sinks. You grab your laptop, and the glow of the screen lights up your very, very tired face. This was supposed to be a simple release.
So you dive into the log files, right? And it's just this tangled mess of timestamps and technical jargon. The error messages are completely useless. Segmentation fault. Wow, thanks. That sinking feeling just hits your stomach. What on earth went wrong? Where do you even begin to look?
To really understand how we get out of this mess, we first have to understand how we got into it in the first place. So let's take a look at life without Docker. Welcome to the chaos.
And then you hear it, the 4 little words that echo through every DevOps nightmare. But it works on my machine. And you know what the crazy part is? The developer, they're not lying. On their perfectly clean, beautifully configured laptop, the code runs like a dream. But the production server? Oh, that is a whole different beast.
The real problem here is something we call drift. See, the developer's machine has all the latest and greatest libraries. The staging server, it's maybe a few months behind. And the production server, well, let's be honest, no one's dared to touch that thing in years. Every single one is its own unique, fragile island. And a single, tiny difference in a system library, that's a ticking time bomb.
And this, my friends, is what we call dependency hell. You're logged into the production server, you're manually running commands, just praying you don't break something else in the process. Library A needs version 1.2 of some other library, but library B needs version 1.1. It's like a house of cards built on a fault line. And trust me, the earthquake is coming. As one author, Nigel Poulton, perfectly puts it, these were the bad old days. This was a time when deploying an application meant you weren't just shipping code, you were trying to painstakingly recreate an entire environment by hand, just hoping and praying you didn't miss a single tiny step. And there it is. There's our time bomb, that tiny little library incompatibility. Well, it wasn't so tiny after all. It triggered a catastrophic, low-level crash. The application is completely dead in the water, the deployment is a total failure. And your night, well, your night is just getting started. You know, this quote just says it all. If you've ever spent an entire day or more just trying to get a project to run on your own machine, you know this pain. It's like a shared trauma for developers everywhere, and it's exactly what made the world so desperate for a better way. But then, something shifted. A new idea started to emerge, one that promised to end all of this chaos for good. This was the game changer.
And here is our hero, Docker. You see, it's not just a tool, it's a whole new philosophy. It's a technology that was built from the ground up to solve this exact problem. And to finally make it works on my machine actually mean it works everywhere.
So let's rewind the clock. It's 11 p.m. again. It's the same deployment, but this time we have a secret weapon. This is life with Docker. This is the calm. The magic of Docker really boils down to one simple, brilliant idea: the container. The best way to think about it is like a standardized shipping container, but for your code. It doesn't just hold your application, it holds everything your application needs to run. The code, the runtime, the libraries, the exact right versions of every single thing, all bundled up. So instead of that frantic manual setup, your entire workflow now is just 2 simple steps. Step 1, you define your entire environment in a simple text file. We call it a Docker file. It's basically a recipe for your application. And step 2, you run a single command to build and run that recipe. That is it. All of that complexity, all of that pain, just boiled down to one line in your terminal.
And silence. No errors, no frantic searching through logs, no panic. The cat GIF of the day service just works. Instantly. The very first time. And why? Because the environment isn't some rough approximation, it's an exact clone of the one the developer built and tested on.
And this right here is the core principle. The exact same container, that perfect, standardized little box, is what runs on the developer's laptop, what runs on the staging server, and what runs in production. They aren't similar. They are bit for bit identical. There is no more drift. So, instead of a catastrophic crash, you get, well, success. The deployment is smooth, it's predictable, and honestly, it's wonderfully boring. And that's the goal. At 11 p.m., boring is beautiful. You can actually close your laptop and go to sleep.
So let's put these two stories side by side. The difference here isn't just about the technology, It's about two completely different ways of working that lead to two dramatically different outcomes.
Let's just break this down. Look at setup time. We're talking about going from hours or even days down to minutes. How about reliability? You go from something that's super fragile to something that's bulletproof. Debugging? Instead of a server-wide nightmare, the problem is contained to just one little box. And the team dynamic? It shifts from that whole blame game of works on my machine to the collaborative power of it works everywhere.
And the takeaway here is crystal clear. Docker is here and there's no point hiding. It's not some trendy new tool anymore. It's foundational. It's really an essential skill for any modern developer or operations engineer.
So what does all of this actually mean for you? It means you build your app once, and then you can run it totally unmodified anywhere. It means that the works on my machine problem is finally dead. New developers joining your team, they can be productive in minutes, not days. And, so importantly, it builds a bridge over that old broken wall between developers and operations. And honestly, this is just the beginning. Mastering Docker isn't just about learning a tool. It's about stepping into a whole new world of containerization, microservices, and modern cloud infrastructure. Your journey has really just started. So really, the question isn't whether you can afford to learn Docker, it's whether you can afford not to. After seeing the chaos and then seeing the calm, the choice is pretty clear. So I'll ask you, are you ready to leave the chaos behind?